Hi everybody, I've been playing with an idea. I made some files and cut them out on my Cricut machine to do some animation cards. So I've got some pieces here that I've made this background animations frame that I've cut out on my Cricut, and then I've got a little frame border that goes over that. I have a slider that's going to, you can slide either side. So that goes behind. I've just put some foam tape there to create a channel, and that's how I'll stick it to the front of my card. And so for this card here, I'm just going to mount it onto a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 card. But I wanted to just put my little slider piece in the back there, and I've taken a pencil and just gently drawn a line, a guideline in between some of these little slots in there, so I can see the vertical of the lines, because these butterflies or the animation stamps, in order for them to work, they have to go in between the lines of your animated sheet. And so this butterfly, it's on an angle in order to get the lines up and down. So I thought, well, if I stamp that, then I can see, you know, where, hopefully I can line it up where it needs to go. I'm just going to ink it in Distress Oxide ink. I've got some peacock, and I'm going to just put a little bit of, oh, I don't know if that was such a good idea with the oxides all over my stamp, but that's all right. Now it's all over the ink pad. So I'm going to try and make sure my vertical lines are straight up and down on my pencil lines, and hopefully that will work when I go to slide it through my card. Now I probably need to just put that aside a little bit to dry, because the oxides do take a little bit to dry, and it looks like I've got enough ink here. If I bring in a scrap, probably can stamp that butterfly again and still get kind of a good second stamp. I'm just looking for a water, here we go, if I spritz it a little bit to activate the ink, just get a little bit more life out of there. So this is a way you can help clean off your stamp, but you also get, you know, a couple of extra butterflies, and that's given it a nice watercolor type look. And then I can use those butterflies on another project instead of just wiping the ink straight off onto my cleaning cloth. Now I can come in with a chamois and just clean that oxide off my stamp, try and get it out of all those little grooves, and then it'll be clean for the next use. Okay, so this front panel here, I thought maybe I'd just do a little bit. I've got peacock all over my seedless preserves now. Now, I don't know how this is going to work. I'm just having a play, and I thought I might just gently, now obviously these are up and down very thin cut cardstock lines, so you're going to have to be very gentle if you want to ink those. You can cut it out of coloured cardstock. I just thought I'd try with some white and see how it goes. That's what it's about, isn't it? Experimenting, and just do a little bit of blending on my all-purpose mat. Like I said, not much of a plan on this one. But I've got a white base, a white slider, basically cut everything in white just to try it out, and thought I could add a bit of colour here and there. And then I can come back in with some more of that seedless preserves. And I've got foam tape on the back there to create my channel already. Probably would have been smarter of me to ink it first, but I didn't really think about that till it was a bit late. Now I don't know how much I want to blend that in, because I've also got this little stamp that comes in the set, the animated butterfly set, where it's got sort of the splotches, sort of like a grungy splatter look. So you can bring some of that in just to break it up. Maybe do both colors, and that's the awesome thing about these oxides, is that they go over each other really nicely. Now I might have to set up a a heat tool to dry those off a little bit so that they don't smudge all over each other. But and then I would need to, you know, clean my mat there. Rub out, gently rub out, try not to smudge my ink. Rub out my pencil lines. And I might have done too much inking for this, I don't know. We'll try it. Oh yeah, you can see my butterfly in it. Sort of is moving. Now some of these you've just got to watch, because I've been inking them, they've sort of stretched the paper a little bit, so I've got to get them sort of a little bit straighter again. Okay, I think, yeah, it's not completely dry, but I'm impatient and want to keep going, so I'm going to just put some little bit of adhesive on this frame. I don't want too much or else it's going to squeeze everywhere. I need to find my tweezers. I don't know what's... They've disappeared from my desk. Somebody in my family's used them and not returned them to their spot. Okay, now I've shared this before. A little tip with the foam tape. You can push it over halfway and bend that foam tape tail back. And then I usually do it from the opposite side so that it will hold it up off my card before I completely stick it down. I've got my base card is going to open that way. This way I can sort of lets it sit on top, gives me a moment to line it up where I want before I press it right down and really adhere that tape into place. This is still a little bit inky, so I'm getting it all over my fingers, but I just wanted to have a quick video and show. So then I can put that, just got to thread it through carefully because I've kind of made it like little butterflies on the ends of the pull. But that way you could pull it from either side and your butterfly is going to fly. And you could always stamp a little sentiment. I've got a sentiment here. I probably should have done that before I stuck it on. It says a friend like you is rare, so you could just stamp that down here in black or stamp it on a little tag and put it on. Okay, so that's just a little idea of an animated card with a bit of blending. And like I said, just make sure your butterfly, when you, or whatever your animation stamp is, when you stamp it, make sure it's going to be the same angle and go in between your animation lines.